I know it's no. I'm with you entirely. Sorry, I just shed on your something great.
That's okay. I mean, listen, you've shit on a lot of things in life. This is one of the less gross things. And this is Gatriarchs. So today is a very big day for me, Gavin.
Oh, just here in the middle of August?
It's technically September 6th
Whoops.
today, if you would look at your outline.
Oh, yep, it's right there.
It's right there.
It's right there.
So today I get, after a year and a half, I get my Invisalign done and taken off my teeth, and I just have regular person teeth from now on.
It is like you are 12 years old all over again.
I never had braces, and because I have perfect teeth, obviously. And I've never had to deal with this, but like at first it was fine. And then by like month 6, I was like, get these plastic pieces out of my mouth or I'm going to walk into traffic.
I have to admit, I don't understand what Invisalign is. I mean, are you wearing a retainer for a year constantly? Can you eat with them?
So they're like plastic trays that go over your upper and lower mouth, which is kind of like a retainer. They're just plastic trays, and then they change every week. So every week they move your teeth a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. So whenever you eat, you have to take them out.
Okay.
And then when you're done eating, you brush your teeth and put them back in, which is super fucking annoying. I brush my teeth like 6 times a day.
So much brushing.
It's so much brushing, but it's either that or regular braces where they just stay on your teeth forever. Or not forever, but for the same time. So anyway, today's my graduation. After we finish recording this episode, I'm going to go to my orthodontist and shout out to Bronson and Clark Orthodontics. They are amazing and they have been my besties for a year and a half, but bye-bye.
Does this mean, do you think maybe we can get a podcast sponsorship from them? We're influencers and you're helping Brownstein and Barron. What is their name again?
Well, that's not going to help if you can't even pronounce their name right.
You know what? I'm going to lean into vulnerabilities right now and tell you that I have my own tooth issue going on right now.
Uh-oh.
So I was, a couple of weeks ago, I was eating a carrot in the car and suddenly I felt something really hard and I thought, oh, something was wedged inside my carrot and I'm going to sue them, the tiny baby carrot company. And I'm going to become a billionaire by doing the most American thing possible, which is blaming somebody else for my problems and suing them, right?
Your brain fascinates me.
And it was actually a broken crown. And so like, think of your teeth as having 4 little points. One of my points broke off, right? So I go to the dentist and I have a super competent dentist. So she's like, you know what, believe it or not, that if you don't have any pain, and I feel no pain, if you don't have any pain, I think you can just live with this. So don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm traveling last week and I was eating a bowl of granola and I suddenly felt once again something massive in my mouth. And I'm like,
and you're like,
sweet.
I'm going to sue
the granola company. Yes, I'm absolutely going to become a billionaire by suing a granola company. What happened? The rest of my crown came off. So one of my teeth is just a metal post sticking up. That is, imagine like, just like a pole. I have a metal pole sticking up in my tooth. But listen, I was traveling. I wasn't going to deal with it for a few days, and it hasn't actually bothered me.
So you're at the age where parts of you are falling off of you. Do you understand what you're saying here?
I do.
Parts of you, it's just falling off.
Listen, David, just you wait. Just you wait.
So wait, I want to say one more surprise thing that happened to me this week, which
Tell us.
I have never personally experienced as a parent, which is surprising because I have a 4-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. I feel like I've experienced all of it.
You are a certified expert, yes.
Well, so I'm bathing my daughter. She's 1.5, and she's standing in the bathtub and playing with shit, and I'm texting as a really good dad, and so it's just a normal night. And then it just gets quiet in the way where it's like loud quiet, and I look over to her, and she's just, and I'm like, you're not pooping, because I've to date never had a poop in a bathtub. In 6 combined years, I've never had a poop in a bathtub. Yeah. And I look behind her and there's no poop. And I'm like, okay, maybe she's just whatever. And then I sit back down and then I hear bloop. And I went, oh God. And I look back and there's a little nugget in the bathtub. I'm like, wow, first time for me. I reach in, I fish it out. Like it's just awful.
Like you
feeling.
do. Like you do.
I
Good
throw it in the thing. I wash my hands. Then I rebathe her.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Mm-hmm.
And then we continue to play. I sit back down. I'm texting where she's playing with her toys for about another 10 minutes. And then it's time to get up. So I stand up to like push the button to let the water starter drain out. And scattered throughout the entire tub it looks like the lunar landscape. There are just little nuggets of shit all throughout the bathtub. She had secretly been shitting the whole time. And I
as you were texting.
As I was texting like a really good parent. So now I had to reach one nugget out and throw it in the toilet. Now I've got like 15 to deal with.
Yikes.
Anyway, so I have graduated now. I've graduated from my teeth being normal, and now I've graduated into poop in a bathtub experience, which was a lot of fun. So
I'll definitely have to write down to regale you with poop in the bathtub stories another time, but let's not overdo it with our poop stories, huh?
So last month was my son's birthday, and one of the things I didn't really understand or figure out yet, and I need your advice on, is when it's their birthday and they have like a daycare birthday where there's like 100 kids there, you receive so many fucking presents from all kinds of people. Not only presents from like grandmas and all that kind of stuff. We have, by the way, never bought our children any presents ever because they get too many already.
Right,
but
good call.
So when we came home, we had like literally 25 presents. And we didn't know what to do. Do we let them open them all and then be overwhelmed? Do we kind of thin out 15 of them that he doesn't even see that we re-gift or return back to Target? Like, what is the process? Do we give him one present a day for the next month? Like, we didn't know what to do. What we ended up doing was like he could open like 2 or 3 a night. The problem was he would open one and he'd go, "This is cool. I want to play with it." And we'd have to say, "No, you have to open another present."
I was like,
we have to
get through these.
I know, what a fucked up capitalist, like overeating, like fucking metaphor.
Consumerist bullshit.
Yeah. So we didn't know what to do. And now he has this giant pile of presents that every day he's like, "I want to open a new one. I want to open a new one." And he would have been so satisfied with 3.
3. Yep.
He would have loved 3 presents. So I'm trying to so last year for his 3rd birthday, we told everyone no gifts, just no gifts. Like, we don't need anything. Please don't get us gifts. And like half of the people did anyway. This year we just kind of were like, whatever, if you want to bring us a gift, you can. And it's so much. So I don't know what to do. What do I do?
Well, first of all, let's start a movement, huh? Let's start a social movement and end the tyranny of overgifting. I mean, what if, just imagine how many, a nice couple $100 of chunks of change from like $15 per person that just says, "Hey, we're just going to put this into a college fund and let it grow from ages 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4. I mean, that would be so great to just do it that way.
What I would love too is it's not as romantic, but is like the parents go, "Hey, we want to buy Emmett a playground set. The playground set costs $350.
Yeah.
Will you put money?" Everyone puts $5 towards it, and then we give them the playground set and said, "All of your friends helped you get this."
Yeah.
That is another way. It's not as fun as the giver, but God, as the parent, please don't give me another set of paints and markers.
Do you think anybody would be offended that you're just specifying, "Hey, just give me money instead," and put it toward, especially when you're...
That's what I mean, is like there's no right way out of this.
Just give me $10 instead of 25,
But there's no, that's what I mean. There's no right way out of this. So I think we're just bathing in presents, and he still hasn't opened them all.
It is bonkers, and it just sets him up for so much expectations and entitlement. And
I want to constantly lower the bar for everyone in my life, for my husband, for my children. I want them to expect very little from me.
Because everything is easier when you have no expectations and are basically accustomed to constant disappointment. Yes, and it's going to make us all more resilient, especially your kids. So I think you should work on that. Speaking of disappointment and annoyance, so... I was very, 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 very fortunate to have made better friends than you in my life.
Wow.
Who have been more, shall we say, professionally successful.
Wow.
And I have a friend who got a box for the Taylor Swift concert in Los Angeles.
Wow.
And invited my daughter and then me as a +1. Yeah. So I admit all of her many, many months of complaining and actually sorrowful single tears running down her face as she's the only person in the entire state of Connecticut who hadn't seen Taylor Swift. You probably saw that. We ended up flying out to LA, which is absolutely absurd, but we did get kind of reasonable prices on the ticket.
Are you spending all of your like big podcast money on all these flights? Is that where you're getting it?
It's been big enough that I still have some walking around money afterwards, so it's all right. Anyway, Point is, let me just jump to of course the concert was amazing. And Tay, come on, she knows how to deliver. But there I had the realization saying to my buddy, hey, do you think that this concert is for them, the kids, or is it for us? And he was like, dude, this is absolutely for us, which I embraced wholeheartedly. And suddenly I was the one catwalking and dancing for my fucking life and embarrassing my daughter to the nth degree. Every other parent there, because it was a mix of obviously parents and kids, all of the parents got to dance alongside their kids at one point, and the kids were like, yay, mommy, yay, daddy, shake it off, da, 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 you know. So I snuck down for a specific song of my daughter's to dance with her, and she goes, no, daddy, no, seriously, daddy. And she's doing it. We're in a screaming concert, and she's like, she's pursed her lips together to look like she's not freaking out, but she's like, daddy, no, seriously, daddy, no, please. And I was like, oh, no, I'm doing this. And so we danced together for like one song. And by dance together, I mean, she basically had her back to me the entire time. And I was wedged between her and a wall.
You're like, I've performed on Broadway. Babe.
I am fun. I have rhythm. I am not an embarrassment to society. And least of all to you. And I'm tall. And I'm wearing guy liner. Come on. And so afterwards we debriefed it. And I did actually say to her in a very calm moment, I was like, hey, and I did this not just out of my own insecurity, although there was plenty of insecurity involved. But I was like, sweetie, you know, everybody, all of the other parents got to dance together with their kids. And it didn't seem like an embarrassment. And I know that we have fun together. And I want to be able to, you know, have fun with you in times like that. So let me know what I can do so that you're not like totally annoyed by me. Because believe it or not, I'm fun and tall, but I am fun. And
I love that we've kind of created tall as like the side, like tall is now a little bit of an insult. Tall is like means you're not funny.
Well, thank you to our friend who shall remain nameless in this because we don't want to give her too much credit.
Absolutely
for
not.
having labeled me tall and not funny. But so.
But isn't embarrassing your teenage daughter just like part of like the war, like how it goes?
Yes. When I brought this up, I said, listen, sweetie, I know that my job is to annoy you and also feed you and keep you housed and keep you educated. And your job is to be annoyed by me. That's fine. We can be cool with that. But also we had such a good time, frankly, traveling back and forth. So anyway, she did say, well, Dad, you know, sometimes I'm just like standing there bouncing and you bring out like full choreography that's 20 years old.
Which honestly, pretty accurate, right? Like you're still bringing out that like 1997.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm not exactly doing the Roger Rabbit, but if I were, it would be ironic and funny, right? But she, you know, I appreciated that she did articulate it and she didn't blow me off entirely. Like she figured out a reason that made her uncomfortable. And so I was like, okay, well, then I will tone down. But I had been raging that night. I had a great time. And yeah, probably all the kids were embarrassed by me. But guess what? The concert was more for me than for her. So I had a great fucking time.
Well, that's all that really matters, honestly. Your daughter that's second to your personal enjoyment. I'm jealous. That sounds amazing.
Thank you. I was very lucky. Thank you for saying that. It was a blast. Let's move to our top 3 list, which I know was kind of a funky kind of list. The top 3 list was basically, what are the 3 most memorable outfits from your childhood? And the reason I wanted to bring that up is because I feel like we all have those moments of remembering some absurd thing we wore. And I would love to transition this into then maybe like, what are the top 3 outfits that you got for your kid? And because, you know, like fashion is important here at Gatriarchs, right? So for me, number 3 was my baby blue sweatshirt with a fuzzy meatball, which I loved wearing every single Friday in 2nd grade. And my mom would say, your teachers are going to think you only have this fuzzy meatball sweatshirt, until Dirk Patterson told me that it looked like a poop, rolling across my sweatshirt.
Dirk, you fucking shady asshole.
At which point, I never wore my fuzzy meatball sweatshirt ever again.
You know what? Let's tag Dirk in this and ask for a public apology, because that's some fucking bullshit.
Next up, number 2 is my overalls. I don't know if I've ever talked about these overalls before, but in preschool, I had Oshkosh Bagoshes, right? They were the only pair of overalls I ever remember, and I couldn't do the buckle. And so I peed myself at preschool. And I remember running.
I have heard that story before.
Oh, damn. Sorry.
No, but listen, we may have new listeners starting today, and it's important that they know how you're...
I pissed myself in preschool. And I went running out of preschool, screaming to my mom, crying. I peed myself. And I never wore overalls again until I got a really cute pair in college. And then finally, in first grade and second grade, and I think it was kindergarten, first, second. Each year I had a pair of cowboy boots. And let's be honest, they were my heels. How about you, David?
Oh my God. I just see you in like the red cowboy boots that like Ariel wore in Footloose. Dude. To piss off her dad. That's what I see you in.
I fully tried on red cowboy boots. I can't believe you. I can't. Wow, you dug deep there.
I can see it in your eyes, Gavin. Like when you talk, I see red cowboy boots.
Yeah. No. I tried them on, and my parents definitely dissuaded me from wearing the red cowboy boots, because after all, that was 1951, and red cowboy boots on a boy. Maybe kindergarten I could have gotten away with it, but by second grade that was not cool anymore.
Okay, so mine were a little more. I guess yours are kind of emotionally driven too. These are the ones that are bring me back to a certain moment. So at number 3, for those of you who don't know, when I was in middle school and high school, I was a competitive figure skater. And
yes.
I know you can hear it in my voice, but I was actually a competitive figure skater. And there is a photo of me with a gray backdrop in my skates in this white blousey top, these tight white pants. So you see this little baby dingling, and white boot covers over my black skates. And I'm just kind of leaning into my knee with my hand on. And it is the faggotry of it all is so perfect. And
does that make you happy, or does it give you negative emotions thinking about that?
If you had asked me in high school or maybe early college, I would have only been negative shame, embarrassment. But now, come on, I fucking love that shit. Yes. I love leading into all the awkward, terrible, weird, obviously gay things I did as a child when I was I'm straight. I made out with a girl one time. Number 2 for me, for 4 years in a row as a child, I went as Fievel Mousequitz to Halloween, and I had this rubber Fievel head, and then I wore these little blue pants and this red shirt. The very last time I did it, I was doing this really cool prank, I thought, where I would sit on the front porch and pretend like I was a dummy with a basket of candy in my lap.
And
when somebody would come up to me.
Animatronic.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And when somebody would come up to me, I would scare them. And I was like, oh, this is going to be brilliant. This is going to be so funny. Well, some fucking older neighborhood kids caught on, and they walked by and egged the shit out of me. It was like a fucking Vietnam flashback. It was chaos and just eggs. And of course I run inside the house sobbing, and my mom's like, what? And I'm covered in eggs. It's just, So anyway, that's a memorable outfit from my childhood.
That is a memorable moment. And
keeping with trauma. Honestly, the faggotry of it all. Number 1 for me, when I went to my senior prom, I was the cool theater kid.
Of course.
I was mostly popular within all groups. I was
we all were.
Yeah, I felt like king of the castle. So I felt emboldened when I got my tux to get a really cool and edgy vest, because the tux all look the same, right? It was black tux or whatever.
Oh, it's accessorizing a tux.
Correct. So what I did was I got the Jimmy Buffett vest and tie, and what that was palm trees and toucans and all of this shit, because I thought it was going to be cool and edgy, and people were going to applaud as I walked in the room. When I tell you that I looked so fucking gay, and then my girlfriend at the time, who's still one of my best friends, was no. That was the moment everyone was oh, David's gay. It was the moment that everyone in my circle went, oh, he's for sure gay. I have a photo of it, which we're going to post when this episode airs. It is so embarrassing. But in my mind, in this photo, look at my eyes. Those are the eyes of a man who thinks he is on top of the world. So that's number one for me.
It's fantastic that you were able to lean into that, though.
Yeah.
Good for fucking you.
So next week, we're gonna go totally not parenting, not childhood, not anything. We're just gonna do something simple and fun that everyone at home can maybe chime in with their thoughts. We're gonna do top 3 sitcom theme songs.
Okay. All right. I can do that. I got it.
All right. This week, our guest is one of the biggest names in the gay parenting social media sphere, besides Gavin, of course. Their family-friendly account features sports, cooking, Italians. Did I mention sports? They are the unofficial LGBT family of Instagram, and they are also hardcore Buffalo Bills fans. And even though I don't personally watch hockey, today will be Buffalo Bills fans. Please welcome to the show, Papa Forge. Obviously, Papa. I'm kidding. I know that they are not.
Hockey it's a players, basketball team. We know.
Basketball Forge.
Hey, girls.
Hi.
Hey.
Those of you who can't see, you, first of all, look amazing. Hemorrhoid cream popping. Second of all,
my eyes.
When I we're not looking at his hole right now. But when I was restalking you, because I followed you for a while and I really love all of your content. It's come across my FYP a lot. But when I was going back through your videos yesterday in preparation for today, I saw you in that sweatshirt in one of your videos. And I was like, this is the sweatshirt. Yeah. Will you tell us what your sweatshirt says?
It says ban guns, not drag. So like Gay Pride Apparel makes all my sweatshirts. So I always like they'll come out with like something and I'll email them like, hey, can you put this in a sweatshirt for me? Because bitches, I only want to wear a sweatshirt.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So they tend to do that and I wear it around because my whole thing is like when you live in the suburbs, like my biggest fear is to be mistaken for like a straight person. Right?
Oh God, that's awful.
Everybody's worst nightmare. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, I have to let people know I'm not straight. Like that, and it's a warning. It's kind of like a warning for them. It's like they're signing an agreement. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because bitch, if you get out of line and you say something crazy, I've already warned you. I'm wearing rainbows, everything. Gay ass this, gay ass that. You say something stupid. Oh, we've already had the conversation. You've already signed the NDA.
It's a filter.
You signed it. Exactly.
You have been warned and now
100%.
Act appropriately. That's amazing. I mean, what a hilarious, that's a great way to start, frankly. It's just being able to say, hey, I do not want to be mistaken for what I am not. So good for you for representing.
So in your town that you live in, you don't want to be mistaken for a straight person. Is there a famous straight person that lives in your town that you want to talk about?
Please do tell us.
Because when you and I were doing our pre-interview, you told me a story about a person who lives in your town that I was gagged and gooped.
Let's just jump right into it.
So the founder of the Proud Boys, Gavin McGinnis. Is it good? McGinnis?
Yeah.
So first off, girl, she lives by the beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me and my friend, we're like queens. We're like walking to the beach. And we saw her, and we definitely thought it was a gay person, right? And my friend, we didn't know who he was, at all, right? Because, I don't, follow that. That doesn't come up on my...
Right.
And this was, 2017, before, things were, popping off. No, so we see Gavin and all that stuff, and boom, right? And then all of a sudden, he had issues with other, gay people in town. And I don't mess with the gay people in town because they're rich. And I'm just like, me and you are living two different lives, right? So we're fighting a different cause here, right? So I'm at the CVS, and then my friend who used to cruise him, right? He died, right? And it was 3 days after he died, and he was my best friend, my sister for 20 years. So I was at CVS, I'm depressed, and I see Gavin walk in. I'm like, this bitch, right?
And for those of you out there, this is Gavin McGinnis, not Gavin Lodge.
Yeah.
Gavin, this was
Very
not Gavin,
different.
this was Gavin.
It was Gavin. No, I'm kidding. No, so it was
Gavin chassed right into that CVS looking for her douche.
And Gavin snatched the last enema, and it was Pride Month. And I said, you're homophobic. She's like, I need this more. I had penne vodka last night. No,
I had
anyway.
a 50% off coupon that expired today.
So I'm taking advantage.
No. So she goes, Gavin McGinnis walks by me, and I'm like, and then I'm like, don't say anything. And I'm like, maybe you can say something like really like subtle. So I was like, okay.
You don't come across as a subtle person.
No, queen. I'm 6'3", 300 and something pounds, right? Like my parents are from Italy. I am like loud as it comes, right? So anyway, I'm like, yo, Gavin, Proud Boys. And he turns around and he's like, yeah. And he like puts his hand up and I'm like sticking up my thumb, right? And then as he turns around, I was like, and I put my thumb down. And he got so mad. I'm like, bitch, that threw you off?
From like, wow. From like the classic 5th grade shade, he was turned off by the 5th gradeness of it.
He was like his little flip flops are pattering around the CVS tiles. I was like, this queen turned into a penguin real quick. Like he opened up like the Coors Light like section and it steamed out. I'm like, yo, like you are bothered, my brother.
That is nothing. That is just insecurity walking around on toothpicks. No doubt. That is such overcompensation and taken down by a thumbs down. Wow,
girl. So then I go and then I'm like checking out, and the person like was doing his best trying to like check me out, like with at the CVS thing. And I'm like, yo, you know who's back there? And the guy was like, did not want to talk to me. And I was like, well, I'm gonna tell you, that's Gavin McGinnis. He found the Proud Boys. I'm like, yo, Gavin, you want to go live with me right now? And he was like, no. I'm like, wow, bitch, calm down. Like, so then I left, and I was like, that was a good interaction. I feel better. And then I was like, what? Maybe I should wait outside.
Poking the bear, poking the penguin.
And then those kids that come up for the city that they sell candy for their basketball teams and stuff. I always help them out. So I was like giving the kid money, and then Gavin walks outside and he's like, "That's a scam." And I'm like, "Yo, you know who that is right there?" I'm like, "That's Gavin McGinnis. He's the founder of the Proud Boys." And he's like. And the kid was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, oh, it just means he ain't shit. And then the kid's like laughing at him. And I'm like, yo, Gavin, you want to give him money? He's like, no, I don't. And I'm like, why not, Gavin? Right? So then I was like, I went about my business. And then I left. And then
wait, before you figure out what after you left with your business, what I want to know is, did you have any representation of Pride or Ban Guns Not Drag or anything on your shirt that lured him in to not immediately realize that this was not going to be his day? That day you were not wearing a sweatshirt. Okay.
No,
all right.
girl, I was wearing my depression.
Well, that right. Well, I mean, I think
in depression, but also I love that you came for him with compliments. You're like, oh my God, you're famous. Look at that is the way you throw that. That was excellent.
Girl, I'm from New York, girl. Like I know how to take down these like social climbing queens that think they're famous and stuff. It's like, yo, no one cares, girl. Like I've seen you come and go millions of times.
You're at CVS in flip flops. Like we're all equal here. This is
girl. So girl, I went about my business, and then every now and then I check like my DM filters, and all of a sudden like people were like, "You're on this podcast." I'm like, "What podcast?" Right? And then it was Gavin's, right?
Oh.
So I look it up, and he had like a half-hour show about me. I have to send it to you.
A half hour. He wasted a half hour of his audience.
Girl,
you got to him.
Girl, when I tell you she was.
Oops. Everyone okay?
It's Gavin, girl.
Gavin, out of the closet. Into your house with
She's knocking at the closet. She's like, you better not tell this story. Yo, so then she gets into her feelings, and she's like on her show, and she's like, I was at CVS, and this big Gino-looking fireman comes walking in, and usually that's my demo, and I'm like,
and you're like, fireman? Oh, was that a fireman?
Nice.
I went to Google. I'm like, Gino fireman, and I'm like, like, that's not me. No, so then he was like, and then he gave me a thumbs up, and I'm like, oh, happy, and then he put the thumbs down, and that hurt.
Oh boy,
you hurt him. You hurt the leader of the Proud Boys.
Wow.
He was like. He went over to like my Instagram, and he was like saying where we lived and like my name and everything like that. And he was showing pictures of my son, and he was like, and don't go over to his page and call him a faggot because that's what he wants. And then he like looks into the camera, and I'm like, girl, you are so sad. You are so sad. Right?
This is
Like
the essence of fragility. Oh my God.
girl. And then he's like showing pictures of me in like dresses and stuff. And I'm like, girl, I know you want to have, girl. Like, I know you want to get had just like
you
this.
want this fireman.
Yeah.
Yes,
girl.
yes,
100.
she does.
And then he was like, and I box. So I can like, I box him and like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, girl, I would whoop you from here to there because I boxed for 25 years.
In heels or out?
Heels.
Bitch, I'm from Chicago. Right? Like, that's what you throw at him. He's like, wait, I thought you were from New York City.
I was like, girl, I don't know what you think's going to happen. But
I love that you got to the leader of the Proud Boys.
Yeah, he was the leader at the time.
But just complimenting him in an ironic way, that got into his head so bad that he spent time with his podcast producer, with his co-host to write the outline. Like, I know what it takes to do a mediocre podcast. You're on one. And it is a lot of time. And you got to him. That CBS thing really got to him.
Girl, so then that's why, I took down my name on Instagram because like I was getting too many like, and it's not so much like, I don't care. You can make fun of me. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm sober. I've been in like therapy for like 15 years, sobriety for 15 years. Having a kid changes you. I feel like all these things change you. You know what I mean? Like, getting sober changes you, right? But like, just because you're a year sober doesn't mean you've changed. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of work.
It's a lifelong journey.
Yeah. So then I got like sober and then therapy. And then you have a kid, and then all of that like changes you. So I'm a much different person than I was, but that stuff can come back like.
But you're a peaceful warrior, and you were out to like light a few fires, but also know.
Yeah, but like that stuff can come back like real quick.
Well, that's
like him.
Yeah, you could have scrapped in that parking lot really easy.
Yeah. So like when you're getting these like DMs and comments and all that stuff, it's just like I just had to. I can take all that. You know what I mean? But like. When they started attacking my son, and at the time he was only like 4,
yikes!
I was like, nah, this isn't cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not going to take my voice offline, but I can do what I can to protect my family. So then I just like changed my name on there just for that. But that was like the main reason.
Now, so along those lines, there are so many topics that we really need to dive into. Not the least of which is the Bills. Obviously, but on a serious note, then also, how do you protect your son? Because he is a big part of your social, and it's phenomenal. And he's a voice for the young, the rich, the old, the gay, the straights. Like, he's absolutely fantastic. How do you strike that balance between him being a voice for progress and also keeping him safe?
The reason why he started making content was because in not kindergarten, maybe it was like kindergarten or pre-K even. Forgot what teacher it was. They said he was a bad writer. And I'm like, girl, what do you mean? Like actually writing a letter? And they were like, yeah. And they made like a big deal about it. And I was like, I haven't picked up a pen in 10 years. I was like, I haven't even read a book in 20. And my husband's like, you want to know what? You're not helping. I'm like, I'm stupider than you know. Right? Like, my husband's like, no, shut up.
I forget my ATM passcode all the time. I struggle when I take a poop. I also don't like Chick-fil-A chicken nugget. Like, you just start listing off all these things, and they're like, honey, you need to stop.
Yeah, my husband's like, oh my God, no. Like,
it burns when I pee. So what?
Oh my God, I have no, forget. Anyway, so wait, so he internalized that, and when you tell a kid they're bad in something, they immediately will never do it again.
Yeah,
it's like so hard to like,
and it's like, so heartbreaking to see that little light in them die. Yeah,
100%. So their thing was to write more. And I'm like, that's not going to get you better. And I'm like, there's other ways to write stuff and tell a story. I was like, I can show you. So we would come up with funny ideas, and I would type up an outline and show him the outline. And then I would show him how I'm filming it. And then I show him how I edit it, and we put it together. And I go, look, you just told the story. I go, in 20 years, that's how you're going to be telling a story.
True
not
that.
Writing this stuff. Right. So, and then I'll show him, and I'm like, do you want to post this? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he could be like, and he usually says yes, but sometimes he says no. And I'm like, then we don't have to, but I'm going to keep this because this is like a family journal, like a family album,
Nice,
I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
So he does that. And now when it comes to like telling stories about just like, day-to-day stuff or whatever, or like toys and stuff like that, like obviously he gets products, he gets like all these like opportunities. And I'm like, if you want the opportunity, you have to post about it, right? Because you got to show gratitude, and that's why you have the opportunity. But, that's only if you want the opportunity. You don't have to do it. And he'll say yes. So he does that. But one thing I don't give him a choice in, and I don't care what anyone says, right, is advocating, right? I go, you're going to be in a situation one day where people don't know you come from a queer family, and you're going to have the ability to shut up and pass by, right? And you're going to feel like you got away from that situation. I go, but you can't do that. You need to stand up always and say something.
Nice.
And then I go, at school, you need to say something. Wherever you are, you need to say something. And then you let Papa handle it, right? Mm-hmm. So when it comes to advocating, yeah, we script that because it's educational, and I don't want it to harm him. And I see some of these influencers with their kids, like the scripts they give these kids. I'm like, that kid is broken in his eyes. You need to give that kid a lollipop. Like, I know what happened between edits. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the way you yelled at that kid, ain't no way, right? And I don't do that with my son. I'm not saying I don't ever get frustrated making stuff. I'm not saying that. But like, just because he'll be like, I don't care how it's shot. And then I'll shoot it. And he'll be like, ooh, I don't like that angle. And I'm like, girl, you needed to back that up 10 minutes ago. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the advocating, he's very into it. And he understands the importance of it, right? And as he gets older, he sees it more and more. Like this year, we raised over 3,000 LGBT children's books that were banned, and we sent them to families in Florida, Georgia,
amazing,
everywhere. And then with the Bills Pride, we actually handed them out to people. Right?
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
And I I was kind of slow, slow physically. Like I was actually behind everybody in the parade. I don't know what happened, but they got like way ahead of me, girl. Right?
Papa Ford, you're a mess. You know what I mean? Like, you're a mess.
I'm a mess. They got way ahead of me. But then I was able to see all the little kids that they already gotten books reading the books.
Nice.
See, you know what I mean?
All meant to be.
And then I was like jogging to catch up with them, and everyone's cheering me, and I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm like the last kid. And like, in gym when they're running and everyone's cheering for that last
sweating.
Kid.
Good for you. You were
like a pitiful clap. It's like supportive, but pitiful a little bit.
Good for you. You don't want to be the good for you. And yet at the same time, maybe you do want to be the, good for you.
Yeah. So it was like, so when it comes to protecting him, I really feel like if he sides with what's right, he'll be protected. You know what I mean? And like, I'll always have his back no matter what someone says. Like one time this kid made fun of him for having gay dads in school. And like, they worked it out with the counselor, and I went right to school and I was like, you're going to talk to this kid, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Second time it happened, I was like, fuck these counselors, fuck this like teacher shit, right? I called the mother up real quick. Your kid said this second time, right? I know whatever's going on, I don't really care, but obviously it's something he's picked up at home, right? I have a gay cousin. Well, your gay cousin's very disappointed in you, honey.
Wow.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, well, they hate you right now.
Yeah.
They've looked at like stuff you've done and questioned you, I'm sure. Like I went off on this bitch.
How did it finish?
She apologized, girl. What do you think? How'd it finish? I don't care. My husband says the same thing. He goes, how'd it end? I go, I don't know.
There's a lot to be said for just barging through and staking your claim, and good for you, because that's unapologetic and the right way to go. 100.
But then she did send an email following up about like, thank you for this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't want your kid around my kid. Like, and that's just point blank at the end of the day. Like, my kid is not like a learning experiment for your family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My kid is not your teachable moment. You know what I mean? You should have had those teachable moments, and then it could have been a learning moment, right? Where like the kid like learned from an experience, but it didn't need to be all that. But yeah, so that's it's like, we give him a voice, we make him advocate, we keep him like, he tells us everything, which is great, and he never gets in trouble for telling the truth to us.
Yeah.
So
I would imagine you have always been a Bills fan, right? Switching just a little bit, you've always been a Bills fan. That's just in the family, right? Mm-hmm. And why not? Can you explain something to us poor people who think that, we obviously we know that the Bills are not a basketball team; it's a baseball team. But did you ever have any? Is it a locational thing that you're a Bills fan versus a Giants fan? Because you're only Westchester County. That's not very far from the city.
No, so Giants and Jets fans I couldn't stand growing up. And when the Giants played the Bills in the Super Bowl, everybody wanted the Giants. And I hated the Giants. Okay. And my brother was a Bills fan. We have no alliance to like, my family moved here like right before my older brother was born. They moved here from Italy. You know, southern Italy, like poor Italy, not like, girl, we weren't living it up. They were like, yeah, we got one potato left. We need to like catch this flight, right? You know, so like
you weren't like riding around on Vespas having like charcuterie and pizza.
Girl, like when we used to go to Italy, they used to make me work the farms at like 5 years old.
Oh,
right?
Shit.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah, like so when they came to America, they didn't like know like the culture or anything like that. And we lived with other like Italian immigrants from their town. So we all spoke Italian and everything like that.
Wow.
So my brother was you know, he was just a Bills fan. I don't know how he became a Bills fan. So I was just like, I'm a Bills fan too. And then I just stuck with it and I loved football, you know, and I just always loved the Bills after that.
And that's what's so fun about your account. For those of you who don't follow Rainbow Dads, please immediately stop listening to this podcast. Go follow them at Rainbow Dads, both on TikTok, on TikTok and on TikTok and Instagram. But a lot of your content centers around football in general and sports in general. And I think you said you are a football coach, right, of your son's team?
Yeah, I coach like his flag football. And now he's transitioning into tackle football, so I'll be coaching that.
Oh boy!
And I bet being a gay football coach is a unique.
Is hot.
Thing.
I mean, wait.
Gavin is certainly putting that in the spank bank right now.
Yo, it's interesting, especially up here, because like the demographic up here is like kids that probably won't really play football for much longer, but have parents that like have every single like thing at their access because they're so rich. You know what I mean? So, and they run the leagues, right? And so they stack their teams and their kids are like always on, and, you know, and when I'm coaching, they just kind of give me like the leftover kids, which is great because usually they have the best attitudes. I don't care about winning. Like I care that you're coachable and if you have attitude, because I tell them all the time, like when you're older, like half these kids aren't ever going to play again.
No, or 7/8 of them are not going to play again.
Yeah, and your genetics will kick in, and if you're coachable, if you have a good attitude, that's going to carry you so much ahead of these kids.
And also the joy of an experience when you're a kid. Like, was it enjoyable and fun, and did they learn a little something?
100%.
Is really the bar we're looking to clear.
Yeah, and so there was like a few parents that had issues with me. And it's always so funny because like the dads will have issues and you can tell the dads have issues, right? But they'll never say nothing to me. So they complain to their wives and there's nothing more delusional, right? Than like a self-righteous, hateful, straight white woman. Right? I don't know if we want to like keep that in there.
Absolutely.
But like, and what I mean by hateful, I mean like racist, homophobic. Like they're so delusional. Like
but quietly hateful, quietly racist,
yeah, 100%,
quietly homophobic, like quietly voting for Trump. Yeah.
That and it's just like and they think like I'm gonna go change this moment. And I'm like, bitch, I wish you would.
I bet.
So anyway,
have you heard about me at CVS with Gavin McInnes and his flip flops? Because I wish a motherfucker would.
So the husbands will always complain to the wives, and then the wives will be like, you know, and because I'm gay. It's 100%. They have a disrespect for me, being like, oh well, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to coach. They don't know this. My kid should be playing more. Meanwhile, their kid is like pushing kids, punching kids. I tell the kid to stop. And I'm like, where's your parents right now at practice? Oh, my nanny's over there. And I'm like, okay, well, like, can I talk to your nanny about it? Like, I don't know. Like, show up for your kid. Right. Yeah. And maybe that's why your kid wouldn't be on the sideline because he's hurting other people and taking away from their experience. But then like the parents would come up to me like one time, like literally this woman came up to me and she's like, you know, I was noticing, and I was like, oh, bitch,
like, I'm going to stop you right there. What'd you notice?
No. I was like, keep going, because the ledge is right there, and then you're going to walk right off it, but keep going, right? And then I was like, go, girl, yes, Teresa, right? And then she was like, she was like talking. She's like, I noticed some of the players don't play, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's a safety issue, blah blah blah. And she's like, but don't you think like Jake should be playing more? And I'm like, no, Jake punches kids, Jake hits kids. You're never around.
Jake
right?
is filled with rage because
100%.
Yeah.
And so then I'm dying to know how this went.
So she keeps going like, just about it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Right. And then I like totally queened out. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, you're a straight white woman in the suburbs. I must hear you. What do you have to say? Tell me more. Tell me more. And then she was like, that's not fair. And I go, I don't give a fuck. Right. Life isn't fair. The fact that you're coming up to me with this entitlement isn't fair. Right. And then she just, well, I'm not going to change your mind. Bitch, that's the first right thing you said, right?
Finally, we agree. Yeah.
And I get a lot of that. Like, I got it from people's, like, grandmother came up to me, sweetie, why is, I'm going to back it up. Don't sweetie me, honey, right? Because I can do it right back to you. I don't know who you talking to like this.
Sweetie is literally like that's an attack. Like, if you say sweetie to somebody,
bless your heart.
It's 100% bless your heart.
I'm gonna let you know right now. If someone sweetied me in front of my mother, the way she would grab a wooden spoon or the coffee wire to be like, "Oh, we're fighting." Like, my mom would be down to fight. So who you sweeting my son? Anyway. So it's very that it's like these like small microaggressions that like really become so confrontational, and they feel so justified, and that when you like call them out on it, you're the confrontation. And it's like, no, you were so confrontational. And it's like, you know what I mean? And it's like, because I'm this size, because I look like this, because your ethics and like your character are being questioned, because you literally weren't questioning mine, you already made an assumption about it. Right? It wasn't even a question. You've already summarized me, right? And you're attacking me. And then just because I'm like, back up, you're like, oh my God. My taxes do not pay for this. No shit, bitch.
No shit. One of the things, so speaking of like haters, like I noticed you have retweeted and posted and commented on a few of your kind of virtual haters who on whatever video, on whatever post have said some sort of stupid fucked up thing. And then there's inevitably some sort of a back and forth, sometimes not even with you, sometimes just between your supporters or whatever.
The hateful, like, I mean, I get thousands of like hateful comments a week easily. Like, and like some days it can be like, some days it's been like 10,000 hateful comments, and DMs, and like, And
you are fighting the good fight though by sticking with it.
But they don't realize how depressed I am at home, and I got the time sometimes.
You're a full-time social media person now. You have the time. I'll bet I'll come for you all day.
I was like, but like the funny thing is, it's like I know what to say back to them to just make them get so in their feelings. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you're not affecting me because like I am living my life, and I know you're not living yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when they send me pictures of like my son, and they Photoshopped stuff to that, and like they send it to my address, stuff like that bothers me.
It's too
much.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to just attacking me, I'm just kind of like, okay, but like attacking my family, that bothers me more.
Yeah,
no doubt.
So let's bring it around. Let's wrap this thing up. I feel like I could talk to you forever. You're so
hours.
You're great, but also your content is great, and I want to make sure everyone is there following you because your account is family friendly. It's fun. Your kid is seems super into all the things he's talking about. You guys are obviously really into sports. I know you have a gay sports podcast coming out. Tell us a little bit about that before we let you go.
Oh, so the gay sports podcast, it's just me and one of my friends. We're doing it because, there's not many gay POVs when it comes to like sports, right?
Yeah.
So we're just doing it. I mean, there's not really much to talk about yet. We've only done like 1 or 2 episodes, right? And it's come out well. He's more like, my husband was like, you're the guys are like the gay version of like Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper. And I'm like, okay, why are you being so mean?
Wow, that was an attack. That was a sweetie if I've ever heard a sweetie.
I'm like, okay, you're sleeping on the couch, girl. like, don't ever. But
can you tell us about that POV though, actually? Because it's not like you're not gonna, it's not, I would imagine, it's not a podcast where you're going to be like, wow, their asses look so much better in the blue football pants than the green football pants, or is that the POV, or you're gonna analyze sports with simply like your natural gay filter?
So like we did one thing, like, because I mess around with a lot of stuff. So it's like I like photoshopped these like NFL quarterbacks and I made them look like drag queens, right?
That was a good post. That was a good post.
And then I transitioned them to like once they're on All Stars and they paired up with like another drag queen, like Simone does, like
Jiggly Caliente,
exactly. And then I transformed them, and they were all like, but yeah, some like straight podcast took that. And their like stuff like blew up with it, but they didn't credit me or anything like that. But whatever. So it's like we do stuff like that, or like we just tell, like, my friend plays gay softball, so he talks about that, and like I played gay rugby, so and my experience playing like football and rugby and coaching. So we talk a lot about like our experiences and with topics that are happening in sports, and like I have a lot of experience now working with major league sports, right, in general, and how the leagues have one opinion about how they should be helping our community, and then they leave it up to the teams individually to promote stuff like that. You know what I mean? So we talk about like a lot of those issues and a lot of like the backpedaling a lot of teams seem to be doing and the lack of support, especially like a team like the New York Jets. Like, you're literally representing the gayest city in America, right?
Yep.
And you don't do anything.
Yeah.
On Pride, you don't do anything. You don't make a post. You don't like, me and my family were at the game, and like, people are calling me a faggot and stuff like that. Like,
Jesus.
And there's no reach out. And I'm not saying I need to be a special case, but I'm like, yo, if it's happening to me, it's happening to like everybody.
And also, NASCAR is gayer than the Jets and the Giants. Like, are you kidding me? Like, NASCAR is as gay as Christmas now.
Girl,
so like, if NASCAR is gay, like
pickleball is gay, all the stuff they do, all it, like, like.
Yeah.
Sports is so gay, like, in general. it is like they're doing everything they can not to fuck each other. Right?
I mean, honestly, same. So
it's like, tackle me, pull me here, touch me there, wear this. It's like they literally sound like the Barbie song. Like, I'm like, you girls are like, this is gay, just fuck.
Well, listen, if you all out there want to hear more sexy, hot stories about sports, please, whenever your podcast comes out, we will, of course, promote it because we love you. Thank you so much for coming. Everyone follow at RainbowDads, Papa Forge. You're amazing. Please don't ever come for me at a CVS.
Please don't.
I won't be wearing.
I would never. I would just give you guys a high five.
Please do. No, I want a big old Papa Forge bear hug for sure. Thank you for doing what you are doing, because you are truly making the world a better place.
Trying, girl, trying.
So, as I might have said to you, I was traveling recently.
Yes, we get it. You're rich.
Do I need to pour salt in that wound? I completely neglected my son for 3 days. Didn't reach out. Didn't do anything.
Now, there was somebody at home with him, right?
Funny enough, no. Because my partner is in Prague at the same time that I've been gone, doing some work, actually, which is cool and another story. And so, no, he was not home alone. He's 10. But he was basically being passed around from friend to friend to friend. And I did not reach out to him for 2.5 days, which is mortifying. And then the morning after the Taylor Swift concert that I attended, he texted me, "How was the concert?"
Oh.
Like, I am unworthy of this child. But let me tell you, that was something great.
Oh, that's very sweet. Well, my something great is totally lame, but it's something fucking great. So I'm going to tell it to you anyway. So one of the things that my son got for his birthday.
Do you think we could change this from something great to fucking great and just like change the tone of this? So we'll be less schmaltzy and it's just like, you know what? Something fucking great this week was ...
I mean, we could do whatever we want because mine is not schmaltzy even a little bit.
Right. I would bring the schmaltz anyway. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So we got this stuff called Crayola. It's Color Wonder coloring pages. Basically what it is it's like regular pages to color. So it's like, Paw Patrol or whatever. And it's black and white. And then you can take markers. And it comes with these special markers. All of the markers have white tips. And if you like drew on a wall or on your hand or whatever, there's nothing. It's just like wet. But when you draw on this specific paper, it becomes the color of whatever the marker says it is.
Right.
It doesn't matter where you do it. So whatever chemical reaction it does, it's so brilliant because you can choose it's not just certain sections or a certain color and you're revealing it. It literally reacts to that marker. So there's like 10 colors. So he can color on anything, and he can color on the table on his sister's face, and it's fucking fine. So many things in childhood and parenting, it says like mess free or spill free, and it's all lies.
Bullshit.
This is the one time Crayola fucking got it right. And so Crayola, even though you don't sponsor us, and even though you're not giving us shit, this is a great gift to give to family and friends with kids who color, because A, no mess. B, once they've colored, that shit goes in the garbage can.
And that's our show. If you have any comments, suggestions, or general compliments, you can email us at gaytriarchspodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can DM us on Instagram. We are at Gaytriarchs Podcast. On the internet, David is at David FM Vaughn everywhere, and Gavin is at Gavin Lodge on nothing.
Please leave us a glowing 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts, and go ahead and sign up for our newsletter. It's linked in our bio.
Thanks, and we'll protest you next time on another episode of Gaytriarchs.